then he says he's done. I'll just start the re-recording again. So he says he's done, and then he transfers of all his power over to Rama, and then he moves. And when he does it, all the land and the wealth and everything that he had acquired, he transfers it over to the Kashyapa Muni. And then there was one more person who was left called as Salva. The Salva, and I was interestingly telling this in Dasakam 86 to another batch just yesterday. And I was telling them about this connection to this 36th Dashakam because the Salva, Parashurama doesn't battle him. Because if you see the last line, it says, Krishnomum niha nishyati. He say that Lord Krishna is going to be born sometime in the future in Dwapara Yuga, and Krishna is going to get rid of the Salva. So the Salva is going to span multiple yugas and everything. Anyway, he's a very powerful person. So at that time, Krishna will get rid of him in 86. So he then doesn't do that and he just goes away. And Parashurama essentially brings to an end all the thing that he's doing, and then he renounces everything. So Tato Jivana Krin Nrupalaka Kulam, comma, Tris Sapta Kritvo Jayanne, comma, Santarpyata Samanta Panchaka Maha Rakta Hradauge Pitrun. So the second line is continuous, no pause. Tato Jivana Krinrupalaka Kulam Trisapta Kritmo Jayanne Santarpyata Samanta Panchaka Maharakta Hradauge Pitrun.
Tato Jivana Krinrupalaka Kulam Trisapta Kritvo Jayanne Santarpyatha Samanta Panchaka Maharakta Hridauge Pitrun. Tato
double, yeah, correct, go ahead. Yeah.
Pitrun.
It's like two r's there.
Pitrun.
Yeah.
Tato Jivana Krinrupalaka Kulam Trisapta Kritvo Jayanne Santarpyatha Samanta Panchaka Maharakta Hridauge Pitrun.
Tato Jivana Krinrupalaka Kulam Trisapta Kritvo Jayanne Santarpyata Samanta Panchaka Maharakta Hridauge Pitrun. Tato Jivana Krinrupalaka Kulam Trisapta Kritvo Jayanne Santarpyata Samanta Panchaka Maharakta Hridauge Pitrun.
Yagne Shmamapi Kashyapadishu Dishanne, comma, Salvena Yudhyan Punaha, comma, Krishnomum Nihanishyatiti, comma, Shamito Yudhat Kumarair Bhavan. Yaghe Kshmamapi Kashyapadishu Dishanne Salvena Yudhyan Punaha Krishnomum Nihanishyatiti Kshamito Yudhat Kumarair Bhavan.
So after Nishyatiti, Shamito, right?
Yeah, Shamito. Sha. First Sha.
Okay. Yagni Kshamapi Kashyapādishu Dishan Salvena Yudhyan Punaha Krishno Mum Nihanishyatiti Shamito Yudhat Kumarair Bhavan. Yagni Kshmamapi Kashyapādishu Dishan Salvena Yudhyan Punaha Krishno Mum Nihanishyatiti Shamito Yudhat Kumarair Bhavan.
Yagyekshmamapi Kashyapādishu Dishanne Salvena Yudhyan Punaha Krishno Mum Nihanishyatiti Shamito Yudhat Kumarair Bhavan. Yagyekshmamapi Kashyapādishu Dishanne Salvena Yudhyan Punaha Krishno Mum Nihanishyatiti Shamito Yudhat Kumarair Bhavan. Yagyekshmamapi Kashyapādishu Dishanne Salvena Yudhyan Punaha Krishno Mum Nihanishyatiti Shamito Yudhat Kumarair Bhavan.
Stanza 11. Nyasyasrani Mahendra Bhubriti tapastanvan punarmajjitam gokarnavadisagare nadharanim drishtvartitastapasaihi ध्यातेश्वासधृतानलास्त्रचकितं सिन्धुं स्रुवक्षेपणात् उत्सार्योद्धृतकेरलो भृगुपते पातेश संरक्ष माम्. Here at the very end, so the Jamadagni, Parshurama's father, he's then again brought back to life because he's gone through all this and he becomes one of the Sapta Rishis who are actually there right now. And then in the next Manvantara, if you remember, the Manu, where the current we're going through Vaivasvata Manu, in the next Manvantara, this incarnation as Parshurama will become one of the Sapta Rishis at that time in the next Manvantara. And then at this point, abandoning all the Parashu and all everything, he then goes on and says he's still in residence somewhere, right? Parashurama is one of the Chiranjeevis who's still in residence. And at one point, he finds that the land which is up to Gokarna, which is on the Karnataka, Kerala, that area, is submerged in the sea. And from a request from a few sages, he then throws it and then brings up the land, scoops up the land above the water, which becomes the modern day Kerala. That's why it says Utsaryodhrita Keralo Bhrigupate, one who is in the lineage of Bhrigu, who then brought up the land which was submerged under the water, which becomes the current Kerala. Please eradicate all of my ailments as well. So with this Dasakam comes to an end. Nyasyasrani, Mahendra Bhubriti Tapaha Putta is tapas tanvan, again. Punar Majjitam Putta plus Gokarnavadhi Sagarena Dharaneem, Drishtvartitaha put is to join instead of Visarga. Drishtvartitas tapasaihi. Nyasyastrani Mahendra Bhubriti tapastanvan punarmajjitam gokarnabhadisagare nadharaneem drishtvartitas tapasaihi.
Nasyastrani Mahendra Bhubhruti tapastanvan punarmajjitam gokarnavadhisagarena dharaneem drishtvartitastapasaihi.
That first line after tanvan, there's a comma, and then it will continue punarmajjitam gokarnavadhi.
Okay. Nasyastrani, after that also comma there.
Yeah, there's a pause there, yeah.
Okay. Nasyastrani Mahendra Bhubhruti tapastanvan punarmajjitam gokarnavadhi sagarena dharaneem drishtvartitastapasaihi.
Yeah.
Nyasyastrani Mahendra Bhubriti tapastanvan punarmajjitam gokarnavadhisagarena dharaneem drishtvartitastapasaihi. Nyasyastrani Mahendra Bhubriti tapastanvan punarmajjitam gokarnavadhisagarena dharaneem drishtvartitastapasaihi.
Dhyateshwasa dhritanalastra chakitam, sindhum sruva kshepanat, उत्सार्योद्धृत केरलो भृगुपते, वातेश संरक्षमाम्. ध्यातेश्वासधृतानलास्त्रचकितं सिन्धुं स्रुवक्षेपणात् उत्सार्योद्धृत केरलो भृगुपते, वातेश संरक्षमाम्.
ध्यातेश्वासधृतानलस्त्रचकितं सिन्धुं स्रुवक्षेपणात् उत्सायोर्धृतकेरलो भृगुपते, वातेश संरक्ष माम्.
Fourth line, first word. Utsar irson. Utsaryodhrita.
Utsaryoddhrita.
No, Utsargyodhrita.
Utsaryoddhrita.
Yeah.
Dhyate shvasadhrutanalastra chakitam sindhum sruvakshepanat Utsaryodhruta keralo bhrugupate vatesha samrakshamam.
ध्यातेश्वासधृतानलास्त्रचकितं सिन्धुं श्रुवक्षेपणात् उत्सार्यो धृतकेरलो भृगुपते वातेश संरक्ष माम् ध्यातेश्वासधृतानलास्त्रचकितं सिन्धुं श्रुवक्षेपणात् उत्सार्यो धृतकेरलो भृगुपते वातेश संरक्ष माम्.
Shri Krishnaya Parabrahmane Namaha. Okay, that completes 36. Okay, we'll switch now. Usha, you can be a student, and Deepa, you can be a student. Okay, so from now, like I always kind of say that I'm sorry I'm not on video. I wish I could be, but anyway, I'll try again. Um, so I always say that everything that we covered till 36 in Narayaneeyam is like an appetizer, and then from 37 through 88 is kind of where the main entree is coming, right? So because all the way from Dashakam 37 to Dashakam 88 is all about Krishna. So while Parashurama Avataram was covered in one Dashakam, and Ramayanam was covered in two Dashakams, Krishna Avataram is covered in like 52 Dashakams, right? It goes into lot of detail about every single activity of Krishna. So that starts from Dashakam 37 today. So stanza 1. Sandhanandatano hare nanupura daivasure sanghare tvatkritta api karmashe shabashato yetena yata gatim tesham bhutala janmanam diti bhuvam bharena durardhita bhume prapa virinchamashrita padam devai puraivagataihi. So, just like how Sandra Nandhava Bodhatmakam we started in Dashakam 1. So here again it starts Sandra Nanda Thano Hare. He says, "Oh Hari, oh, who is the what do you call the condensed bliss, right? Who is incarnating as a condensed bliss." So long ago, when multiple of these battles happened between Devas and Asuras, we saw in Kurma Avataram in Dashakam 28, Parashurama got rid of a lot of them. So even though all of these things, the Asuras and the evil people were eliminated, the earth was still not completely rid of them. There was still a lot of residual karmas for a lot of the people who were there, because of which they were born again on earth. Because we're going to see in Krishna Avataram, so many of them are going to be there who do atrocities all over the place. So it's a lot of, paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya dushkritam. So anytime there's the abundance of those bad people who are there, avataram is happening. So when that instance is happening, so at the time, what happens is all these devas, Mother Earth, who's overburdened with all of these people, is actually now, the form of Mother Earth is actually going along with it to Brahma and saying that, I need help, because this earth is just burdened with so many evil people. And when she goes there, she sees all the devas have also assembled there to meet with Brahma at this point. So, Sandra Nanda Thanu Hare, comma, Nanu Pura Daivasure Sangare, comma, Tvat Kritta Api Karmashesha Vashato, comma, Yetena Yata Gatim. Sandhanandatano hare nanupura daivasure sanghare tvatkritta api karma shesha vashato yetena yata gatim. Usha, I'm not able to hear your voice clearly.
Oh, really? One second. Is that better now?
Yeah, it's better now. Yeah.
Okay. Sandra Nandatano Hare ननु पुरा दैवासुरे सङ्गरे त्वत्कृता अपि कर्मशेषवशतो एतेन याता गतिम् सान्द्रानन्दतनो हरे ननु पुरा दैवासुरे सङ्गरे त्वत्कृता अपि कर्मशेषवशतो एतेन याता गतिम्
सान्द्रानन्दतनो हरे ननु पुरा दैवासुरे सङ्करे त्वत्कृता अपि कर्मशेषवशतो एतेन याता गतिम् सान्द्रानन्दतनो हरे ननु पुरा दैवासुरे सङ्घरे त्वत्कृता अपि कर्मशेषवशतो एतेन याता गतिम्
तेषां भूतल जन्मनां तिथि भुवां भारेण दूरार्दिता भूमिः put a f भूमिः प्राप विरिञ्चम् आश्रित पदं विरिञ्च refers to Brahma here विरिञ्चम् आश्रित पदं देवैः put a f to join देवैः पुरैवागतैः तेषां भूतलजन्मनां दितिभुवां भारेण दूरार्दितां भूमिः प्राप विरिञ्चमाश्रितपदं देवैः पुरैवागतैः
ராஜேஷ் பூதல ஜன்மானம்னு போட்டிருக்கு புக்ல
ஜன்மனாம் தேஷாं பூதல ஜன்மனாம்
சரி
तेषां भूतलजन्मनां दितिभुवां भारेण दूरार्द्रिता भूमिः प्राप विरिञ्चमाश्रित पदं देवैः पुरैवागतैः तेषां भूतलजन्मनादितिभुवां भारेण दूरार्दिता भूमिः प्राप विरिञ्चम् आश्रितपदं देवैः पुरैवागतैः
तेषां भूतलजन्मनां दितिभुवां भारेण दूरादृता भूमिः प्राप विरिञ्चमाश्रितपदं देवैः पुरैवागतैः तेषां भूतलजन्मनां दितिभुवां भारेण दूरादृता भूमिः प्राप विरिञ्चमाश्रितपदं देवैः पुरैवागतैः
Deepa, the third line, last word, Durardita. I heard a dri sound there. So just Durardita.
Duradrita.
No, there's no trak. Durardita.
Oh, okay. In my book, it's slightly different. Okay, thank you.
And Rajesh, and the devaihi varuma na devai muttundana last sentence.
Devaihi and the visarga and the F sound will come. Devaif puraivagataihi.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, and the visarga will take F sound.
Okay.
Answer to Ha ha durjana bhuri bharamatitam patho nidhau patukam yetam palaya hantame vivashatam samprachya devaniman इत्यादि प्रचुर प्रलाप विवशाम आलोक्य धाता महीम देवानां बदनानि वीक्ष्य परितो दध्यौ भवन्तं हरे. So it says Bhuri Bhar, continuing a little bit, I missed the meaning a little bit of what's in stanza 2 also. So with the Bhuri, because of the burden of all of these people who are there, Mother is complaining and she says, ask the Devas, and the Devas are saying true. Even we are also being tormented with all of these Asuras who are there. Because remember, Salva was still remaining, and Kamsa is of course going to be there. A lot of these Asuras are going to be there. And Jaya, Vijaya, if you remember, they were born as Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu, they were born as Ravana and Kumbhakarna, which Rama got rid of. Now, third time, they're being born as Shishupala and Dantavaktra. So, they are also present right now. So, all these Asuras are still there, right? A lot of these things are there. So, the Deva says, that's true. Even we are being tormented. And so, Brahma, you have to help us. And like we've seen all the way from Dasakam 5, anytime Brahma is in a situation, where he cannot solve it, he has only one option. He meditates on Bhagavan, which is what he does. So Brahma is in Dhadyo Bhavantam. He's then meditating on Hari. Oh Lord, he's meditating on you to try to find out what is the solution for this. Ha ha durjana bhuri bhara matitam, comma, patho nidhau patukam, comma, etam palaya hanta me vivashatam, comma, sampricha devaniman. Ha ha durjana bhuri bhara matitham patho nidhau patukam etam palaya hanta me vivashatam sampricha devaniman.
आहा दुर्जन भूरि भारमथितां पाथो निधौ पातुकाम् एतां प्रलय हन्त मे विवशतां सम्पृच्छ देवानिमान्.
Second line, etam palaya.
Okay, sorry. एतां पालय. Okay. आहा दुर्जन भूरि भारमथितां पातो निधौ पातुकाम् एतां पालय हन्त मे विवशतां सम्पृच्छ देवानिमान्.
हा हा दुर्जन भूरि भारमतितां पातो निधौ पातुकाम् एतां पालय हन्त मे विवशतां सम्पृच्छ देवानिमान्. हा हा दुर्जन भूरि भारमतितां पातो निधौ पातुकाम् एतां पालय हन्त मे विवशताम् सम्पृच्छ देवानिमान्.
Ityadi prachura pralapa vivasham, breaking at that ma, im vivasham, comma. Next word starts with the a. Alokya dhata mahim, comma. Devanam badanani vikshya parito, comma. Dadhyau bhavantam hare. इत्यादि प्रचुर प्रलाप विवशाम आलोक्य धाता महीम देवानां वदनानि वीक्ष्य परितो दध्यौ भवन्तं हरे.
इत्यादि प्रचुर प्रलाप विवशाम् आलोक्य धाता महीम् देवानां वदनानि वीक्ष्य परितो दध्यौ भवन्तं हरे. इत्यादि प्रचुर प्रलाप विवशाम् आलोक्य धाता महीम् देवानां वदनानि वीक्ष्य परितो दध्यौ भवन्तं हरे.
इत्यादि प्रचुर प्रलाप विवशाम् आलोक्य दाता महीम् देवानां वदनानि वीक्ष्य परितो दद्यौ भवन्तं हरे. इत्यादि प्रचुर प्रलाप विवशाम् आलोक्य दाता महीम् देवानां वदनानि वीक्ष्य परितो दद्यौ भवन्तं हरे.
संस्कृति ऊचे चाम्बुज भूरमून इसुराः सत्यं धरित्र्या वचो नन्वस्या भवतां च रक्षणविदौ दक्षो हि लक्ष्मीपतिः सर्वे शर्वपुरःसरा वयमितो गत्वा पयो वारिधिं नत्वाथं स्तुमहे जवादिति ययुः साकं तवाकेतनम्. So Brahma says, Cha Ambuja, the lotus born Brahma, is saying that to Devas that yes, I absolutely agree with what all of you are saying. It is indeed true, right? That the Asuras, the atrocities have gone up. And says in the matter of protection, when it comes to the Devas and also protection of the earth, there is only one person who can actually help us out, which is Lakshmi Patihi. So Narayana himself, Mahavishnu, is the only one who can actually help us out. So we all have to just go to him and pray. So Brahma, along with Sharva, which is Shiva, and Sarve, which means all the other Devas, all of them go to Payovaridhim. So like we had said, right, there is one Bhagavan Vishnu from whose navel this bud comes and then Brahma comes out and the universe is there, this universe. And then there is another Vishnu within this universe who takes care of the protection of this universe. So that is the Vishnu who is there in Shweta Dvipa, which is, like we said, is called Karya Vaikuntham. That is not the actual Vaikuntham from where you cannot come back, but it's a mini replica, something where you can go and come. The Devas and Brahma can all visit. So they go to that Shweta Dvipa where that Bhagavan Vishnu is lying there, and then they go and start meditating on that Vishnu there. Uche Chambhuja Bhura Munai Suraha, Satyam Dharitriya Vacho, Nanvasya Bhavatam Cha Rakshana Vidhau, Daksho Hi Lakshmi Patihi. Uche Chambuja Bhura Munai Suraha, Satyam Dharitriya Vacho, Nanvasya Bhavatam Cha Rakshana Vidhau, Daksho Hi Lakshmi Patihi.
ऊचे चाम्बुजभूरमूनैः सुराः सत्यं धरित्र्या वचो नन्वस्या भवतां च रक्षणविधौ दक्षो हि लक्ष्मीपतिः ऊचे चाम्बुजभूरमूनैः सुराः सत्यं धरित्र्या वचो नन्वस्या भवतां च रक्षणविधौ दक्षो हि लक्ष्मीपतिः
ऊचे चाम्बुजभूरमूनैः सुराः सत्यं धरित्र्या वचो नन्वस्या भवतां च रक्षणविधौ दक्षो हि लक्ष्मीपतिः ऊचे चाम्बुजभूरमूनैः सुराः सत्यं धरित्र्या वचो नन्वस्या भवतां च रक्षणविधौ दक्षो हि लक्ष्मीपतिः
सर्वे शर्व पुरस्सरा भयमितो, गत्वा पयो वारिधिं, नत्वा तं स्तुमहे जवादिति ययुः, साकं तवाकेतनम्. सर्वे शर्वपुरस्सरा वयमितो गत्वा पयो वारिधिं नत्वा तं स्तुमहे जवादिति ययुः साकं तवाकेतनम्.
सर्वे शर्वपुरस्सरा वयमितो गत्वा पयो वारिधिं नत्वा तं स्तुमहे जवादिति ययुः साकं तवाकेतनम् सर्वे शर्वपुरस्सरा वयमितो गत्वा पयो वारिधिं नत्वा तं स्तुमहे जवादिति ययुः साकं तवाकेतनम्
सर्वे शर्वपुरस्सरा वयमितो गत्वा पयो वारिधिं नत्वा तं स्तुमहे जवादिति ययुः साकं तवाकेतनम् सर्वे शर्वपुरस्सरा वयमितो गत्वा पयो वारिधिं नत्वा तं स्तुमहे जवादिति ययुः साकं तवाकेतनम्.
That's 4. ते मुग्धानिलशालिदुग्धजलदे सीरं गता सङ्गता यावत् त्वत्पदचिन्तनैकमनसः तावत् सपातोष भूः त्वद्वाचं हृदये निशम्य सकलान् आनन्दयन्नूचिवान् आख्यातः परमात्मना स्वयमहं वाक्यं तदा कर्ण्यताम्. So they all go there. Then everybody is meditating. And in Bhagavatam, it says that Purusha Suktena Upastate. So the Brahma is worshipping Bhagavan using Purusha Sukta, which is describing the entire form of the Bhagavan with all the words embedded into it and how from him everything has come. We saw about the Purusha, right? Much earlier, 6, 7, 8, etc. Dashakams. So Brahma is worshipping. And the time, even Brahma at this point does not get a darshan of Bhagavan, but he's only hearing the vibration of the message that is being sent. And when he hears the vibration of the message that is actually sent, he then tells the Devas that, listen, everybody gets happy because he tells that I have now been spoken to by Bhagavan himself. Mahavishnu has communicated to me the plan. So let me tell you what the plan is, which is going to tell in the next line. So he next stanza. So he says, I know I've gotten the plan, and because of that, all the devas are Sakalan Ananda Yenuchivan. Everybody's super happy because the message has come from Bhagavan as to how he's going to solve this problem. Te Mugdhanila Shali Dugda Jaladhehe. Put a is to join Jaladhes. Tiram Gataha. Again, put a is to join. Gatas Sangata. So the whole line is together and then put a plus. Yavat Twat Pada Chintanaika Manasaha and then a comma. So the whole first line together, second line after Manasaha, comma. Tavat Sa Patoja Bhuhu. ते मुग्धानिलशालिदुग्धजलधे स्थिरं गता सङ्गता यावत् त्वत्पदचिन्तनैकमनसः तावत् स पाथोजभूः.
ராஜேஷ்
Yeah.
அந்த கதாஸ் சங்கதா பிளஸ் போடுறோம் இல்லையா அங்க வந்து எனக்கு விசர்கா இருக்கு சங்கதாஹா அப்படி இருக்கு
அப்படி அதை வந்து அங்கே பாஸ் பண்ணோம்னாக்கா இட் பிகம் சங்கதாஹா பிகாஸ் யா இஸ் கமிங் தெர் இஸ் நோ ஜாயினிங் லெட்டர் அதுக்கு. So
ஓகே
that visarga will kind of go away when we are saying it together with yavat.
ஓகே 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 தேங்க்யூ
ते मुग्धानिलशालिदुग्धजलधे स्थिरं गतः सङ्गता यावत् त्वत्पदचिन्तनैकमनसः तावत् सपाथो गजभूः. ते मुग्धानिलशालिदुग्धजलधे स्थिरं गतः सङ्गता यावत् त्वत्पदचिन्तनैकमनसः तावत् सपाथो जभूः.
ते मुग्धानिलशालिदुग्धजलदेशतीरं गता सङ्गता यावत्त्वत्पदचिन्तनैकमनसः तावत् स पातो जबूः. ते मुग्धानिलशालिदुग्धजलदेशतीरं
Jaladhes is sounded. Jaladhes.
तीरं दुग्धजलदेशतीरं गता सङ्गता यावत्त्वत्पदचिन्तनैकमनसः तावत् स पातो जबूः.
Vacham hridaye nishamya, comma, Sakalan Ananda Yennuchivan, comma, Akhyataha, put a F to join, Akhyatah Paramatmana Swayamaham, comma, Vakyam Tada Karnyatham. Twadvacham hridaye nishamya, Sakalan Ananda Yennuchivan, Akyatah Paramatmana Swayamaham, Vakyam Tada Karnyatham.
त्वद्वाचां हृदये निशम्य सकलान् आनन्दयन्नूचिवान् आख्यातः परमात्मना स्वयमहं वाक्यं तदा कर्ण्यताम्. त्वद्वाचां हृदये निशम्य सकलान् आनन्दयन्नूचिवान् आख्यातः परमात्मना स्वयमहं वाक्यं तदा कर्ण्यताम्.
त्वद्वाचं हृदये निशम्य सकलान् आनन्दयन्नुचिवान् आख्यातः परमात्मना स्वयमहं वाक्यं तदा कर्ण्यताम्.
And the third line, last word, Ananda Yennuchivan.
आनन्दयन्नुचिवान्.
Yeah, correct.
त्वद्वाचं हृदये निशम्य सकलान् आनन्दयन्नुचिवान् आख्यातः परमात्मना स्वयमहं वाक्यं तदा कर्ण्यताम्.
Deepa, on the third line again, last word, I'm hearing a ya sound after the in. It's Ananda Yennuchivan.
आनन्दयन्नुचिवान्.
Correct. and the nu, and there is no ya in that nu sound. Ananda ennu chivan.
Okay.
Stanza 5. Jane dina dashamaham divishadham bhumesha bhimairpaihi tachepaya bhavami yadavakule soham samagratmana deva vrishnikule bhavantu kalaya devanganaschavanau matsevartamite tvadiya vachanam patoja bhuruchivan. So Patoja Bhuhu refers to Brahma. So Brahma is telling the Devas now what Bhagavan communicated to Brahma. So this is actually a very important stanza because here Krishna is kind of telling the plan. So he's saying that I know the problems, right? Jane Dina Dashamaham. I know the problems you all are facing. So to get rid of the sad state of all the atrocities and everything is going to get rid of it, I myself am going to be born as a full incarnation with all my powers in the Yadava Kule, in the clan of the Yadavas. So the important thing here is there's a difference, like we spoke about, right? When we speak about partial avatarams, right? Matsya Kuma Vamna Leela avatarams, because Bhagavan comes for a particular task, right? Matsya avataram, he came for a specific task. Kurma avataram, he came for a specific task. Vamana avataram, he came, immediately went to Bali Maharaja, became Trivikrama, and then went away. So it's a very specific leela. Then there are avatarams which are partial avatarams, right? Which are the what do you call we just saw the Parashurama avataram, right? Which was he was there for a long duration, but it's only a partial avatarams. So amongst that two avatarams of Rama avataram and Krishna avataram, which are Purna avataram, the subtle difference in Krishna avataram is in Bhagavatam it says Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. There is no difference between the Bhagavan, Mahavishnu, Narayana, and Krishna. It is the full potency. So the reason I'm saying this several times is lot of things when we see in Krishna Avataram, lot of things are going to happen. Right from when Krishna is 1 week old to the leelas that Krishna is performing, we cannot question how is Krishna able to do that. Krishna is able to do that because he is the Bhagavan himself with full potency. So this Bhagavan who created multiple of these universes and who manages it and everything beyond the material energy, doing all these leelas, lifting Govardhana with the left hand, pinky finger is not a big deal, right? So that's the number one takeaway on this. This Krishna, Bhagavan is saying, I'm going to come with my full incarnation, full power. That's number one. The second one he says is, I'm not going to be coming again alone. I am going to be coming with my own group. And what that means is all the demigods and the wives of the demigods who are actually also there, who have been servicing Bhagavan all of these lives, several lives together, are going to come with him, along with him, to become the Yadavas, the Vrishnis, and also the Gopikas. So that is why right from the beginning, they all have such an intense attachment to Krishna because they are all hand-selected people who have already handpicked. So we cannot say, oh, they are lucky people. They are lucky because they have been doing all this effort for several births. They have been dedicated because of which they are handpicked. And then he says, in addition to that, a part of mine, which is, Balarama, Adishesha, is going to incarnate as Balarama ahead of me. And then also my spiritual energy, which is the Devi, she is also going to come and help me out with all of these things. So this is the message that Bhagavan is telling Brahma, and Brahma is communicating, saying that I'm going to come with a full entourage this time, right? And then everything is going to be taken care of because I'm coming with full potency. And this stanza is very important because later on when we get into the details of Krishna Avataram, right, a lot of things are going to happen and we wonder how are they able to do this? How are these people so attached to Krishna? That's because it's not by accident, right? These are hand-picked people who were joining Bhagavan in his incarnation. So, Jane Dina Dashamaham, Divishadam Bhumesha Bhimair Nripaihi, Tat Kshepaya Bhavami Yadava Kule, Soham Samagratmana. Jane Dina Dashamaham Divishadham Bhumescha Bhimair Nripaihi Tatshepaya Bhavami Yadava Kule Soham Samagratmana.
जाने दीनदशामहं दिविशदं भूमेश्च भीमैर्नृपैः तत्क्षेपाय भवामि यादवकुले सोऽहं समग्रात्मना जाने दीनदशामहं दिविशदं भूमेश्च भीमैर्नृपैः तत्क्षेपाय भवामि यादकुले सोऽहं समग्रात्मना.
And the first line la Divishadam arm sound.
दिविशदं.
Yeah.
जाने दीनदशामहं दिविशदां भूमेश्च भीमैर्नृपैः तत्क्षेप्याय भवामि यादवकुले सोऽहं समग्रात्मना जाने दीनदशामहं दिविशदां भूमेश्च भीमैर्नृपैः तत्क्षेपाय भवामि यादवकुले सोऽहं समग्रात्मना
Deva Vrishnikule Bhavantu Kalaya, Devanganaschavanau, Matsevartam iti Tvadiya Vachanam, So Matsevartam, that is an important thing. They'll be born to service me. Matsevartam iti Tvadiya Vachanam, Patoja Bhur Uchivan. Deva Vrishnikule Bhavantu Kalaya Devanganaschavanau Matsevarthamite Tvadiya Vachanam Patoja Bhuruchivan.
Rajesh, and
Yeah.
Vrishni Kule na enartham. Can you expand on that?
So I'll tell that in the next stanza. Okay, I'll
Okay.
explain that. It's the clan called as Vrishni, but I'll explain that in the next stanza.
Okay, thank you.
देवा वृष्णिकुले भवन्तु कलया देवाङ्गनाश्चावनौ मत्सेवार्थमिति त्वदीयवचनं पाथोज भूरुचिवान् देवा वृष्णिकुले भवन्तु कलया देवाङ्गनाश्चावनौ मत्सेवार्थमिति त्वदीयवचनं पाथोज भूरुचिवान्
देवा वृक्ष्णिकुले भवन्तु कलया देवाङ्गनाश्चावनौ मत्सेवार्थमिति त्वदीयवचनं पातोज भूरुचिवान् देवा वृक्ष्णिकुले भवन्तु कलया देवाङ्गनाश्चावनौ मत्सेवार्थमिति त्वदीयवचनं पातोज भूरुचिवान्.
Deepan, the third line, second word, Vrishni Kule. I heard an extra letter coming when you were saying that. Just Vrishni Kule.
Vrikshni Kule.
No, you are saying brick, ik sound illanga.
Okay.
Vrishni Kule.
Vrishni
Yeah.
Kule. Okay.
Yeah, Brisni. Vrsni, Vrishni.
Vrishni.
Okay. Stanza 6. Shrutva karnarasayanam tava vachah sarveshu nirvapita swanteshvisha gateshu tavaka kripa piyusha triptatmasu vikyate madhurapure kila bhavat sanidhya punyottare dhanyam devakanandanam udavahat rajas shuratmajah. So whatever the Devas heard this from Brahma, it was rasayanam. It was as a nectar to their ears. Whatever Bhagavan said, because he said, I'm going to come, I know of this, I'm going to take care of it. So with that, everybody then departs to their respective places, because a lot of them are going to are going to incarnate along with Bhagavan to the Bhulokam, right? So they all respectively go to the respective places. So here, to what you were asking, Sita, so the Yadavas, right? That's a clan. There's a group of people. It starts at a particular point, right? Called as the Yadava dynasty. The Yadava dynasty, when it keeps coming through multiple generations, at one point, that Yadava dynasty splits into two other dynasties, like subsections of Yadavas. So one of them are called as Vrishnis. and then the other ones is called as Andaka. So it's like two different separation of that branch of Yadavas. But at the end of the day, they all came from Yadavas. So both these Andaka and Vrishni both refer themselves as Yadavas only. But there's a subtle separation of Vrishni and Andaka. In the lineage of the Vrishnis comes Surasena, whose son is Vasudeva. Okay, so Vasudeva's father is Surasena. So he's in the lineage of the Vrishni, which eventually leads to Yadavas. In the lineage of the Andaka, which is the other branch, are eventually after several generations, are born two people called Devaka and Ugrasena. The son of Ugrasena is Kamsa, and the daughter of Devaka is Devaki. So Kamsa and Devaki are not direct brothers and sisters. Their fathers are brothers. Okay, Devaka and Ugrasena are brothers. To one of them, Devaka is born Devaki. To Ugrasena is born Kamsa. So, at the end of the day, both Devaki, Kamsa, Vasudeva, they all are the part of the clan of the Yadavas, but just two different clans which got separated after some mistakes. So, I hope that answered your question. That's kind of how the lineage is separating out. Okay, so they are very loosely referred to as Yadavas sometimes, or referred to as Vrishni sometimes. They refer to us both. Okay. So in this story here, it says that, so later on, at some point in this place called Madhura, it is not Mathura, it is Madhu, because Madhu, it is sweet like honey. So it's a very special place called Madhu. So in that region of Madhura, which was already very pious, which is now going to become even more punyottare. It's going to become even more of a punya kshetram, because, oh Krishna, you are going to be born there, right? So in that region of Madhura, there is a marriage which is actually happening between the daughter of Devaka, which is Devaki, and the son of Shurasena, who is Vasudeva. There is a marriage that is about to happen right now between those two. Okay, so that is this. So Shrutva Karna Rasayanam Tava Vachaha, comma, Sarveshu Nirvapita, put a plus, Swante Shvisha, and then a comma. Okay, so comma after Vachaha, then after Swante Shvisha, comma, Gateshu Tavaka Kripa Piyusha Triptatmasu. Shrutva Karna Rasayanam Tava Vachaha, Sarveshu Nirvapita Swante Shvisha, Gateshu Tavaka Kripa Piyusha Triptatmasu.
श्रुत्वा कर्णरसायनं तव वचः सर्वेषु निर्वापितस्वान्तेष्वीश गतेषु तावक कृपा पीयूषतृप्तात्मसु श्रुत्वा कर्णरसायनं तव वचः सर्वेषु निर्वापितस्वान्तेष्वीश गतेषु तावक कृपा पीयूषतृप्तात्मसु
श्रुत्वा कर्णरसायनं तव वचः सर्वेषु निर्वापित स्वान्तेष्वीश गतेषु तावक् कृपा पीयूषतृप्तात्मसुः. Sorry.
Masu, no Masu. Yeah.
Masu. श्रुत्वा कर्णरसायनं तव वचः सर्वेषु निर्वापितस्वान्तेष्वीश गतेषु तावक कृपा पीयूषतृप्तात्मसु.
Vikhyate Madhurapure, comma, Kila Bhavat Sanidhya Punyottare, comma, Dhanyam Devaka Nandanam Udavahat Raja Sa Shuratmajaha. So that line is, fourth line is continuous. Vikhyate Madhurapure Kila Bhavat Sanidhya Punyottare Dhanyam Devakanandanam Udavahat Rajasa Shuratmajaha.
विख्याते मथुरापुरे किल भवत् सान्निध्य पुण्योत्तरे धन्यां देवकनन्दनामुदवहद्राजास शूरात्मजः विख्याते मथुरापुरे किल भवत् सान्निध्य पुण्योत्तरे धन्यां देवकनन्दनामुदवहद्राजा स शूरात्मजः
विख्याते मधुरापुरे किल भवत्सान्निध्यपुण्योत्तरे धन्यां देवकनन्दनामुदवहद् राजा स शूरात्मजः विख्याते मधुरापुरे किल भवत्सान्निध्यपुण्योत्तरे धन्यां देवकनन्दनामुदवहद् राजा स शूरात्मजः.
We'll stop the class here today. We'll see Krishna Jananam in the next class. Sandhanandhavabodhatmakamanupamitam kaladeshavaribhyam nirmuktam nityamuktam nigamashatasahasrena nirbhasyamanam aspashtam drishtamatre punarurupurusharthatmakam brahmatattvam तत्तावद्भाति साक्षात् गुरुपवनपुरे हन्त भाग्यं जनानां कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणाय समर्पयामि. Thank you, everybody.
Thank
Thank
you.
you,
Have a
Rajesh.
safe trip.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone.
Bye.
See you all next week. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.